The illustrations of Norman Rockwell, used on covers of well-known magazines such as the Saturday Evening Post and Look, helped his work to become among the most recognizable in the country. Now, the Norman Rockwell Museum in Stockbridge wants to create a Center for Illustration Research and Education. It would be the first of its kind. The museum is collaborating with the First Congregational Church to consider using the former town hall for just that. I sat down with church moderator Deb McMenemy and museum director Lori Norton-Moffett to learn more.
We've been featuring illustration exhibitions at Norman Rockwell Museum for 25 years now, and about 10 years ago we started to collect illustration art and wrap this collection around the Norman Rockwell collection, which is the largest in the world and consists of his archive and studio and papers and reference photography as well as his artwork. And so we've been doing research and education in the areas of American illustration art now for really a couple of decades, and we're simply out of space. And we're looking at the old town hall building as a wonderful center to house our curatorial offices, produce our traveling exhibitions and illustration exhibitions, house the collections, be the place where we process and do the research on the collections, have a reading room, a study gallery, and a library of our American illustration materials.
So in many ways a good problem to have. You're bursting at the seams, and running out of space a bit. So Deb, why is it that the First Congregational Church was interested in collaborating with Norman Rockwell?
Well, the First Congregational Church was one of the very first institutions on Main Street in Stockbridge, and a pretty large landholder of the space there. On the property we have our church, of course, and out front of it we have an historic children's chime tower, and right next door on property that the church owns, the town offices, the town hall was built many years ago.
And it's been vacant for about a decade now.
It has, yep. When the town offices moved downtown to a school that had opened up, the building's been vacant, and the town and many people have been trying to find an adaptive reuse for it. And it's a beautiful building. It's one of the bookends of our historic Main Street. And we were all hoping that something wonderful could come in and use the space. And Rockwell had a great idea.
And so now you're at the point where you're looking at the feasibility of whether this could actually work. But you mentioned the historic Main Street in downtown Stockbridge, and the building has an interesting connection to Norman Rockwell, right? It was very close to his first home there, but it also appeared in a painting?
Yes, it's in the Springtime in Stockbridge painting that he created of the west end of Main Street. It's a companion piece somewhat to the traditional Main Street Stockbridge image that so many people are familiar with. And he's writing
greeting cards all the time and Christmas cards.
Yeah, Stockbridge is really the quintessential New England village, and in the Springtime version, Norman and Molly Rockwell are riding their bicycles in front of the town hall. And as you noted, it's across the street from his first home in Stockbridge. And we also love that it's the town's civic center. It is the root of our American democracy, where town meetings took place initially in the meeting hall of the church, and then 100 years later, when the town hall was built, the civic work and civic center of the community moved into the town hall building. And this ties with Norman Rockwell's painting Freedom of Speech so beautifully, which captures the essence of a New England town meeting and the idea that the people are the government and the people make the decisions and engage in civil discourse in a space like the town hall building. So this is a wonderful symbolic reference to American illustration art, which is the people's art. It's the equivalent of journalism for artists. It's artists having the right to speak freely through images. And today, with images being so ubiquitous and being the way we take in so much information, I think understanding more about illustration art and how we're influenced by the visual is something the Research Center will help foster and educate, and something very important for the moment.
And Daisy Rockwell, who is an artist in her own right, but also the granddaughter of Norman Rockwell, has talked about the significance of the building to her. She cast her first vote there. She signed her marriage license there. Deb, you were a selectman in Stockbridge for years. What's the significance of the space, do you think, to the public?
Well, it's an iconic building on Main Street. We look at it as, certainly the centerpiece of Stockbridge is the Red Lion Inn, with the depiction that Norman Rockwell made of it. People travel all over the world to come to Stockbridge to be in that picture. And for years, the town government has done everything that they can to maintain that image. So you look at Main Street today, and it looks very much like it did in that 1964 image, which is wonderful. So to have this building, the columns of the building, its stately structure on the end of Main Street, has been important to the people in town to maintain it. There's not a lot of sentiment for it being gone. So to have it being used in a way that incorporates the middle of Main Street, all ends of Main Street, is really very significant and important. Another thing I'd like to say about the Congregational Church is the mission of it is very much in keeping of the town meeting. The Congregational Church is run by the members of the church. So we have meetings, congregational meetings, that decide how and what we will do with our mission and our property and where we will go. So I'd like to say that at our congregational meeting, there was unanimous sentiment that we proceed to work in a partnership with the Rockwell Museum to use this building next door for the design that they have in mind.
Great. And so now next steps for this process, as I understand, it would be a $10 million undertaking most likely. So where do you go from here with this feasibility study?
Well, we haven't even fully determined the budget and financial aspects of the project. What we need next to do is work with the town and our community to tease out the permissions that would result in clear title to the building and work through the zoning arrangements that would be necessary in order for the museum to operate a research and education center there. So the next step will be working with town council, with the citizens, with the selectmen and the museum's council, and in partnership with the church to tease out all of those sort of logistical and administrative and legal aspects of the project. And then the next steps will be refining the design, getting a more accurate cost estimate of the project, and starting our fundraising. And it will be important to understand that overall our museum will also be raising money to grow our endowment and to address the areas of the museum that we'll be vacating in the present building in order to move some of these functions into the museum. So we're looking at a very significant fundraising campaign down the road. But the first steps now are to work through the legal and community aspects of the project so that we then have smooth sailing to launch our fundraising and begin to make it happen.
Well, terrific. I appreciate both of you coming in today, Laurie Norton Moffat and Deb McMenemy. Thank you so much.